Hello Starlight, I'm Eclipse, and if you're new here, I create fantasy arts, crafts, and outfits. In today's video, I'll be talking about a panel from a comic that I'm working on. This panel is actually inspired by Chihiro from Spirited Away, a movie that is created by Studio Ghibli and is one of the most successful and classic films. For my character Dusk, I've noticed a similarity in the message from Spirited Away, which is to never forget who you are, no matter how much society places labels onto you. Whether it's a job that makes you feel like you're just a number, and to have self-respect for yourself as well as those around you. I didn't understand the film as a kid, but now it makes a lot of sense and has a lot of good messages. In my story, I'm aiming to encourage not only creativity, but also taking the time to build relationships instead of just judging people by their cover. Influenced by the 90s, which I talk a lot about here. Like how everything was more colourful, people put effort into what they were doing, so there was a lot more imagination. So from restaurants to toys to technology and everything like that. This all relates to Dusk in that she's stuck within a rigid society that looks down on people who are not always on the go and not always working. There is a massive pressure, especially if you have a talent within the society. So whether it's singing, dancing, acting, writing, literally anything that you have a talent in, the hierarchy will push that to its limit. So it's not just about the hierarchy appreciating the talent, it's also giving them burnout. So if they don't want to just use their talent all the time and they want to do something else, they cannot. In this case, Dusk's talent is actually singing, so she must hide any other pastimes from the authorities, who will actually confiscate the items deemed useless to her, with a high risk of banishment to the depths of a forest, never to return again. In this panel, she's unknowingly pushing through the crowds in a market to an adventure that she's been seeking all along. I won't spoil who or what she's chasing, but I'd like you to think of it as like a Alice in Wonderland story, where Alice is chasing the white rabbit to a completely unique and beautiful other world. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to check out any others in my comic series that I'm working on for a passion project. While I am working on this, I'm also working on a rebrand from a small business that I did take a break from, and I have decided to call it Safe Point Bloom. So in my past video I mentioned it's going to be called Eclipse's Dreamlog. Completely scratched that, it's called Safe Point Bloom instead. And it features a floppy disk in reference to the 90s. And in the center of it is a blooming flower, so that's towards people expressing themselves. A lot of the items will be featuring 90s to 2000s memorabilia, but in my own style of course, with my little characters. So here and there you'll see some work in progress in some of the YouTube shorts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.